Hey folks, welcome to the channel. I'm Don. It's Rockin' a Country as always. I do non-pop country music reactions, and this song is certainly no exception. George Jones, It's All in My Mind. Anything by George pretty much can be non-pop. But this is a gift from Jason Halverson. So Jason, shout out to you. Thank you for the gift and the request for this one. I don't know the song. Those of you who are new, I didn't grow up on country. I came to it much later in life, and so these songs are truly reactions. Even a lot of the ones that you grew up with or that you've known for decades, I don't know them, so these are true reactions. And I love reactions. I love the challenge of doing a reaction and of songs that like I've never heard, because there's so much going on in songs, and I have to think sort of quickly but deeply, insightfully, what have you, try to ferret out the lyrics, divine what the meaning is, if there's veiled language or metaphor or whatever. In any case, let's find out what George has. Some of the songs are very linear. They're just like, you get it right on the surface. It's right there for you to get. All right, here we go.
I just turned down the lights upstairs. I told you good night once again.
All right.
Oh, but I did not hear you whisper a word. You must be sleeping, so I won't come in. I told the kids to be quieter. Mommy needs her rest. How much silence this old house must I find? Why I even fixed supper, oh, but nobody showed up. I'm alone now. It's been all in my mind.
Where are we going?
This is all in my mind. You've left nothing behind. I just sit here and dig up all the memories I can find. I'll just turn on that old TV on while you pour the wine. But it's all in my mind.
She left.
I'll just turn on that old TV on while you pour the wine.
I love you.
Oh, but it's all in my mind. This house is empty.
Yep.
It's been all in my mind.
Interesting backing. Yeah. That's one that's pretty straightforward, and if it didn't appear that way to you, by the end of the song, it was, because he just said, the house is empty. This is all in my mind. And I like that. That is a sliver of life, because we go into denial when we're in such pain. I'm actually writing a book on divorce right now. And when you're in such pain, at first you go into denial. Like, no, this can't be happening. And then, okay, you go to acceptance and anger and you know, they call it the various stages. And there's no, I mean, yes, there's truth to those stages of grief, but it isn't the same for everybody. But I mean, there's a reason the 5 stages have sort of been accepted generally by a lot of folks, but you don't want it to be true. And we have these psychological mechanisms that we employ to safeguard ourselves from pain, because we're wired more for pain avoidance than we are for joy acceptance or whatever the word would be or the dynamic would be. But we avoid pain more than we seek joy or happiness or moments of pleasure. Seek pleasure is probably better worded. And actuarial studies, risk analysis, so many different studies have supported that notion that we are wired for pain avoidance. And one of the mechanisms we will use is imagining it's different. We deny that the reality is what it is. So he's imagining she's upstairs and he's telling the kids to be quiet because she's just sleeping. So the house is quiet. That's why the house is quiet. Not because nobody's there. But I mean, that's one of the benefits and at times like the detriments to being human and having a creative mind, because we'll imagine things that aren't true. And I don't know if animals can do that. Maybe they can. We tend to think that they can't just because their brains aren't wired like ours and their nervous systems are different and all that. But maybe they can. I mean, I couldn't even believe what I was seeing. But in the house that I had prior to this one, the mailbox was on the house. The postman in this particular town had to walk up to the house and put the mail there, where you couldn't have a mailbox out by the curb. And by that mailbox, I noticed there was a big spider web, and there was a wasp caught in it. And I thought, oh boy. And then I see the spider come out, and I'm like, holy cow, this spider is going to wrap up a wasp. So the spider comes out, and the wasp grabs it and flies away with the spider. I couldn't even believe it. I thought, that wasp is capable of deception? Is that an example of advanced critical thinking? And we could write it off to saying that's just learned behavior over time. The wasp learned that if he goes into these, spider web thingies, a spider comes out and he gets his food. Kind of like a vending machine. Not realizing that the spider made the web. I don't know what they know. But we are certainly accustomed to denial, to coming up with our own ways to protect ourselves from feeling the intensity of pain. And confusion is painful. Most people don't categorize it that way, but if you think about it, confusion is a form of pain. And being alone and being left is painful. Anybody who's been left understands that. Even if you've left somebody, you know that loneliness is still painful. It's different because you initiated it. But Jason, yeah, I'm going to rate this. George sang that really well. The backing vocalist gave it a hymn feeling to it, Hymn, like in church. Yeah, it's sort of like this ethereal quality, which was a little confusing actually in the song. I was surprised that they had that feel to the song. I don't know when this came out, maybe this was in the 70s or something, but the number that popped into my head was a 9.0. I love songs that make me feel, but this one made me think more than it did feel. And I love being made to think and see my life in this, or your life, someone else's life, or just the human experience. And this spoke very well to that sliver of life that is the human experience. Denial. We don't want to be lonely the way we are, so we deny it, and we create different images in our mind and stories, narratives that enable us to avoid the pain for now, so we can gradually experience it rather than feeling it all at once. Not the worst protective mechanism, I suppose. David Emsweiler will have something to say about this if he sees this. All right, guys, have a great day. Jason, thank you again, my friend. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.